Okay, turn 4. When you come into 4, you want to be on the right wall, about this far off. You're going to go in early. The sled's going to rotate on, and you're going to give it a slight down, bump. It's not an aggressive one. It's going to reorient the sled a little bit. You're going to feel it dip some, pull it up. It's not real strong. It's going to continue coming around, and now forcibly drive it very strong all the way around the corner as the sled begins to rotate towards the straight. And you can see turn 5 is when you release that steer and let it cross over to a very early 5. If you don't feel the bump in the entrance of 5, you're not in early enough. Turn 6, you want to be about this far off the left wall. It's a center early entrance. If you're very early, there's a bump there. It'll just, get you out of whack. So you go just by the bump. The sled's going to go in, and it's going to go in fairly deep. And it's going to rotate as you go in. Once it gets rotated, you're going to drive down hard. Hard. Sled's still going to rise. You're holding that down steer as it rises. It'll peak, you switch to an up, and you crush it up and hold it hard. The sled will be falling during that process. It'll hit the well at the bottom. It'll start to rise again. That's when you've now switched to a down again. And you're going to hold that down hard as you come around to the end. You'll finally be able to see out of 6 and into 7. You're still underneath the shades. You're still vertical on the wall. It's decision time. You can either decide that either I'm too low and I need to drive more and force it to cross over, or I'm too high and I may need to do a counter steer and steer up as I come off so I don't cross over too much. Or if you really nailed it, you do nothing and you just let it run for a cross, a left to right transition from 6 into 7. And then it was turn 12. Ideally, if you can be clean into 12 and you get in really early, I'm talking you barely miss the left wall at the entrance and it rolls on immediately. It'll snap into 12, and it's a very light down. You wait just a moment, then there's a light up, and then it's a long duration down. You hold it strong, and you come across the expansion joint. You're dipping, you're dipping, you're dipping, you're dipping. You're holding it. You can see into 13. The sled starts to rotate off, and you release your steer into 13. If you hit the left wall anywhere on your way into 12, you're going to have to change the game plan. You're going to get a 12 late. It's going to spike for the wood. So as soon as you get on the corner, you're going to stab a hard down steer. And as they stab, smack it down once, and then immediately switch to the up steer because the sled's going to go up by the wood. It's going to drop just as fast. So you're going to crush it up steer, and you're going to hold it, hold it, hold it. Now the sled's going to try to rise one more time, and you're going to drive that down steer extremely hard. When you start to see the exit of 12 and you're coming around, you can start to see in a 13. You probably want to switch to a counter steer and steer left so you don't transition into the right wall coming up.